college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Cornhuskers will put total leather and will get started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Hawkeyes offense takes the field to start this game off. So the last time these two got together, the nails were chewed down to the cuticles. It was a barn burner. Think we get another one of those, Jesse?
I certainly hope so, Reese. And I know that mental toughness is very cliche in all of sports, especially college football. And, David, it's something that coaches are always harping on. But this is one of those games. The team that's most mentally tough at the end, they probably win.
Especially in rivalry games, especially in big moments, especially when there's more to it than just a game. So I think that this is something that who can focus, who can stay disciplined, who can stay tough and block out all the noise.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Slithers into space. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. The Hawkeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Going to the running game. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the ground with the back. He has the first and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Hawkeyes pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Running back searching for a hole. Pulled down at the 29 after getting 5. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. The short hands, it's Anderson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Just drives it between the uprights. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
I'll tell you, this is not an easy place to play on the road, especially at nighttime. This crowd, they get loud. That's the way it's been so far, but they have a nice drive to open it up. They're able to execute, to put themselves in field goal range, knock it through the uprights. They did exactly what they needed to do, taking a 3-0 lead here early on the road. That's impressive.
So the Nebraska Cornhuskers offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking for a man. It's Raiola. Time to take a shot. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning turkey bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
Tries to get it on the ground. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throwing right. It's caught downfield. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Quickly complete. They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. It'll be a draw. Gets it inside the 30, down to the 27, a pickup of 6. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. Fires to the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. The throw. Makes the catch. It's Patterson. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. That'll give them an early 6-0 lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bell. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. I think the one thing you can say here, Jesse, is that both defenses have done a pretty good job mitigating damages.
Yeah, and on that last drive, not getting it on 4th basically only cost you 3 points. That's the good news. Let's just turn the page, David, and move on.
So I think you can still be aggressive. You can still go for it on 4th down. Now you know you can trust your defense.
Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
Well, we know this running back's a playmaker, and he's a guy they want to get going early and often in this game.
Also, you can wear out those big defensive linemen by making them chase.
Yeah, I like the idea of going outside. You want to mix and match it between the tackles to the outside. Get these big fellas running eastwards.
Catch in the middle. It's key. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Offense getting set for 1st down. Back to pass, it's Raiola. Under fire. Took care of it himself. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a 1st down. And the Huskers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Motion from the wideout. Wants to throw on 1st down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. could have used that catch there. Physical pass. It brings up a fourth down.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
Motion from the back. On fourth down, looking to pass. Pulls it in. It's Hunter. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. The Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. It's complete on the right side. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. We've come to the break, and Iowa has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period.
6, Nebraska 0.
Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Nebraska! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Lining up for the point after and the lead. And the extra point puts them on top by 1.
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. On the one hand, it's good to get points, but you can't keep settling for field goals on these drives if you want to win the football game. Makes the grab. It's Gill. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Backed up now, here's second and long. Looking to fire. Grab near the marker. It's Gill. He gets it past the 25-yard line and finally knocked out of bounds at the 27. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Looking to throw on first down. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose.
Man, this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. It doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. Complete on the comeback. He gets it out to the 28-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Well, when you talk Nebraska football, it always comes down to their ability running it on offense, whether it's the option or whether it's conventional. They've got a long and illustrious history of great running backs, and this guy is on the field for a reason. His vision, his ability to make people miss, run with toughness, he can do it all.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback making checks. Dropping back, it's Raiola. Pressure coming. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Clock ticks down. Under 4 minutes to go in the half. Looking downfield on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Bonner. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down. The offense down to the 25 now, 1st and 10. The handoff to Johnson. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. The Cornhuskers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll run it. It's Johnson. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. And they save the touchdown, getting him out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Power football with the run. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
Serious arm strength on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball.
He's got it. 1st down and more. Touchdown, Huskers. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
This offense is really dangerous because of the weapons they have on the perimeter of the field. And you're seeing they go to these guys early, and they try to give them opportunities in one-on-one situations and vertically down the field. 2 passing touchdowns now early for this offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT makes it 14-6. They took it 68 yards on that drive, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's coming out of the end zone. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They've had a couple of productive drives, but they've had to settle for field goals in 2 of their 3 previous possessions, Jesse. Turning it on! Smashes through the tackle. Guided out of bounds at the 34, and the running game really coming through. Down to 2 minutes to play in the first half, and it has been a dandy. A chance to perhaps get this game tied up before the break. Lining up from the 34 on first down. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's Gill. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Looking to throw on first down. That's reeled in. It's good. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. The Hawkeyes can really attack on this second and short. Fires to the big fella. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Just keep slinging it. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big game.
And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And this field goal team has been busy. This kicker comes out for the third time tonight. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And this one splits the uprights. That'll cut this lead down to 5. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Release to the back. Got it in the middle, it's Johnson. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Johnson. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to go up top on first down. That's caught. It's Bonner. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. Splits the uprights. Good. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer.
And that's a nice end to this first half. Put points on the board, create a little bit of momentum. You're still losing, I know. Go into the locker room, talk about some adjustments, and come out with some momentum.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Lost one deep down the right side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
Great job by the DB on that play. How many times in these types of deep ball situations do we see pass interference? That cornerback could not have played that ball better.
Caught over the middle. It's Bonner. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. And the Huskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, running back on the move. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on first down. Now back to the line. They'll give it to Johnson. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. The Huskers are on the move. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll go to the ground. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Wants to throw. It's Raiola. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle, it's Johnson. The ball's free. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a...
Coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. This offense believes you are given 4 downs for a reason. You've got to use all of them. 2 for 3 so far today. Going for the marker on the ground. Across the 25. There he goes. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. What an unfortunate penalty there. They thought they'd converted the 4th down. Instead, they'll have to try it again. The offense is going to stay on the field. They'll take a pass on the 55-yard field goal attempt. Here comes the heat. Converts on 4th down, and it's still going. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Here we go, here we go. The lone back's got it. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
The Cornhuskers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. He's got it and still on his feet. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cornhusker! You want to keep your offense on the field, wear down the defense, put that tape on and show it in a clinic. That's the way it's done.
And as a defense, man, there's nothing more demoralizing. You can handle it when you give up 3, but to give up the touchdown at the end of a long drive, you're already exhausted. You've already been punked the whole way down the field. Man, that's frustrating.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Makes the catch. It's Anderson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. 3rd down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. Catch in the middle. It's Anderson. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. And the Hawkeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Right back to the well. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Hawkeyes are marching down the field. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Makes the tackle at the 31. It's a pickup of 5 on the play. 6-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. They'll leave it with him. Got a little space. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. And the Hawkeyes kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Wide receiver comes in motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. We've reached the break. Is Nebraska holding the lead? Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up.
9.
One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Wants to go up top. Finds his big tight end. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Touchdown, Iowa! Quick strike through the air for the score.
That is so impressive. Not only was it a great catch, but also he made sure he had 1 foot in bounds to get the touchdown. Beautiful job.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd.
16.
On the move from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
And the Huskers come to the line in the hurry-up.
And this defense and their team, honestly, has just built some momentum here in this fourth quarter, man. And I'm interested to see this offense and if they can respond, if they can be physical, if they can run the football, if they can make some plays here in this fourth quarter.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
The toss to the outside. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Got it in the middle, it's Bonner. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Hand off from the shotgun. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Might be calling a hot route. Looking to pass. It's Raiola. With the catch, it's Bonner. He's out of bounds at the 26-yard line. The Huskers will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Sends it back in motion. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Bonner. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball. And because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Touchdown, Nebraska! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There were a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Pushes forward for 3 out to the 13.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Wide open downfield. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last.
Oh, he's got some space. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. The Hawkeyes want to move quickly.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They just keep firing. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Patterson. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. And the Hawkeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Off the play fake. Fires to the middle. He's got it. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throwing catch. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. They'll go to the air. Fires into the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. Got nothing last time. Now 2nd and goal from the 3. Trying to barge their way in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. This is caught for the late touchdown, so let's not put this one to bed just yet.
And this is always an interesting spot for me now because you're going to have to go for 2 regardless. I don't know if it's now or if it's later when you score, but at some point you're going to have to pull the trigger. So that's a you decision, but nice job by this offense getting the touchdown now to give yourself that opportunity to have a choice.
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. 1 possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level, though.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with the W.
Back to throw, it's Raiola. Caught in the backfield, it's Parker. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Parker. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
This is one of those unique situations in a game as a head coach. You're trying to feel the momentum, and what's your confidence in your quarterback? Because you've got 4th, you're in field goal range, but...
Converts on 4th down, still going. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. The Cornhuskers enter the final minute trying to drain the clock. Leaves it with the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Quarterback keeps it on the sneak. And he gets it into the end zone for the touchdown, and it's not just a touchdown, it is a dagger in this game.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, beat, coffin, great execution by this offense to put this game away.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15. So that drive covered 40 yards. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Finds us back in the middle. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. I'm sure they would like to have locked up a bowl trip much earlier in the season, but in this particular case, what does bowl eligibility mean for the offseason?
Well, it means 15 extra practices at the bowl game to develop young players. Getting to a bowl game helps your recruiting. It's going to help in the portal, and all of a sudden people are going to get a lot more excited for what's coming next season, David.
Yeah, and I think this squad, I don't think they're excited about the practices necessarily, but a lot of these seniors that have been around, man, they get another dance. They get a chance to play another football game, make some more memories with their boys, so this is a big win today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.